Hey guys, I'm Valerie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing some tips on how to study Sejarah. I admit that Sejarah is a very boring subject and I'm also very lazy to read it. It is always the last subject that I choose to study whenever I do my revision. So, if you feel the same way, make sure you watch to the end of this video. A good plan is the first step to success. So first of all, make yourself a study plan. Write down all the topics that you need to revise on a piece of paper and set deadlines for each of them. For me, I used to target myself to finish one chapter per day when I was preparing for SPM. I have a more detailed video about how to make an effective study plan, so do check it out later if you haven't. Next tip is to choose the right books or notes to use. I'm sure that most of you have heard from your teacher that the textbook is your Bible for Sejarah, and that you should only refer to your textbook because it is the most accurate source that suits your answer scheme. Well, nothing wrong about that saying, but trust me, you can still get excellent results using other reference books or notes. For me, I also followed the saying that textbook is your Bible when I was in Form 4. What I did that time was read through my textbook and highlight the key points with color coding. The color coding that I used that time was pink for important words, orange for definition, yellow for important info, green for examples or places, and red for names. When I read through each paragraph, I will also write down short notes beside it. At first, I think that it's quite effective doing so, but when I went into Form 5, I feel that it is not the smartest way to study Sejarah. So, I changed to using my reference books, which I find it more time-saving compared to using my textbook previously. The reason I prefer using reference book is because it has all the points nicely structured for us, which helps us to get a clearer picture of that certain topic. While on the other hand, the textbook is kinda overloaded with tons of infos and long paragraphs. In fact, I did not lose any points in exam even though I used reference book. My grades went up instead because I understand each topic better than previously. I also find out that doing notes for Sejarah is a very redundant work if you do not do it the right way. At first, I took notes chapter by chapter referring to my textbook and it turned out like this, which is basically still a lot of words as if I'm copying the whole textbook and it's so not convenient for revising. The purpose of making notes is for you to be able to recall everything once you just look at it. But obviously, my notes here failed to do so. So when you're taking notes for Sejarah, make sure to make short notes or mind maps. You should also try to find out what type of learner you are, and this will ease you in your revision for any subjects. I would say I'm more of a visual and auditory learner, so making mind maps and watching YouTube videos are the best way for me. Previously, I've tried two methods for making mind maps for Sejarah. The methods I use to make mind maps is either draw it out on a piece of paper using nice colors or download a mind map app to make digital mind maps. The app I used before this was Xmind, and I just switched around between handwritten and digital based on my preference. And some people might find it helpful to use acronyms to memorize facts, but this technique doesn't really work well for me. So just go try out all the methods and find out which one suits you the best because everyone learns in a different manner. Talking about short notes, something that really helped me a lot during my preparation for SPM are these books here, which I call them the essay books. It looks like this inside, and basically there's almost everything you need to know for that certain chapter and also some possible KBAT questions. This book is also one of the reasons why I did not touch my textbook when I was preparing for SPM. I'm not very sure how you can get this book and if the teacher is still making for KSSM, but there's some similar essay books that you can get on Shopee and in bookstores. So try to search it up because it will be very helpful when preparing for your exams. This will lead to my next tip, which is to know what type of questions will come out or be familiar with the exam format. I'm sure that most of us know that Sejarah exam is made up of factual and KBAT questions, and I found out that most of the students can't score well in KBAT questions. KBAT questions are actually the bonus marks part because no matter what you write, as long as it's relevant and logic, you will get marks there. So one very important thing when answering an exam is to never ever leave any questions blank. Even though sometimes you might not understand what the question is asking, just write whatever you think is related to that topic. Well, getting a few marks is better than zero, right? Another thing you must do when studying Sejarah is to look through more example questions. When I was preparing for SPM, I mostly read through my essay book and trial papers from other states. You do not need to do every single question yourself, just read through the questions and answer together to save time. This is for you to get an idea of how the questions will be coming out, and the more you practice this, you'll find it easier for you to target the important points when doing your revision. Sooner or later, you'll start to know how to analyze and predict what will come out in exams. The last tip I would share is to watch more YouTube videos. There's a lot of teachers that share Sejarah teaching content in YouTube which are very helpful. I used to watch Mr. Ken Sejarah and 赵老师历史讲堂 to prepare for my exams, and I literally watch every single SPM videos of theirs before exam. Try to pick up this self-learning skill and you will find Sejarah very easy to deal with. Last time, I actually watched these videos when I was having my meal, and I also double up the speed so that I will be more focused and attentive. Also, don't forget to use the active recall method to strengthen your memory. Don't just read through everything and tell yourself that you're done studying. Usually, I will consider myself done with one chapter only when I finish the objective questions, read the essay book, watch the YouTube videos, and done with the active recall method. Then, only I will dash off that chapter from my study plan. Do check out my active recall video here if you want to know more about it. Before I end this video, do remember that a good mindset is very important. Make sure you don't think that Sejarah is just memorizing, because no, it is not. And even if it's very boring, try to tell yourself that Sejarah is the most easy subject to score because of the KBAT questions and the lenient answer scheme. And I used to tell myself that Sejarah is the subject for me to try out different note-taking methods and study methods so that I will somehow feel more motivated to study it. So that's basically some of the advice from me on how to study Sejarah. Hope you find this video somewhat helpful and feel motivated to revise Sejarah. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more upcoming videos. And also, do leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to reply it. Thanks for staying till the end. Bye!